We back with some more Nimrods, baby, and today we got an update, y'all. Check this out. If I go over to Steam, you'll see that Nimrods Bifurification, I guess that's how you say it, and economy update. So, a bunch of changes. There's a new augment line of barrels called Bifurification. Anyway, twinned barrel, Bifurification barrel, and a whirly chain barrel, as well as an endless chain barrel, wheel launcher, and thundershed barrel. There's a preview of one of the augments, and there's and a little bit of that stuff. So honestly, I was hoping that there would be an update soon. And the economy update thing is great. You can take a look at all of the stuff on the Steam page as well, but there's a bunch of balance changes and just all sorts of things. So we're just gonna get right into it, okay? We're just gonna play around and go look for the new stuff. First thing we need to look at though is what is actually available, and that's gonna be these things right here. Some blueprints are required. We're gonna have to go find those. Then we probably want to guarantee that we have as many, okay, those gambles, or as many as we can get for the gambles. That's good. I'm guessing that blackout would also be something that I want to pay for, so we'll just make sure that we have the best possible options of getting all of the new stuff. And then if we take a look at this is crazy too. This economy update, look how inexpensive some of these things are. I have this is pinpoint gene 8. This is for crit chance. I have like so many of these already. Like so many, dude. But look, you could spend very, very little, a lot of eyeballs too, which is good because I had a ton of those. And let's get some more currency. Okay, that's gonna be all I can do until I get more eyeballs. Can you imagine needing the eyeballs for anything? It's great. Hey, Future Zul'jin here in editing mode. I decided that I was gonna actually do all of these blueprint runs off camera. All I did is spawn in the closest areas that you see on the map here, and I just went get the blueprint, and then I gave up, and then I repeated that process until they were all done, so we can enjoy the actual weapons for the rest of the run. Anyway, hope you enjoy. All right, now that we unlocked everything, we can go ahead and purchase the last few that we have, and they should all be available to enjoy now. I don't know why it still has a 2 on it, but let's go ahead and just start somewhere where we know we can have a good old conversation without worrying, right? I'm gonna go ahead and pick the prototype gun, and we're going to pick Grim, and we're just gonna play and chat. So we're gonna be looking for those upgrades exclusively. We got our drone using the B gun, so that it's a little bit easier, and hopefully you guys will enjoy the update as much as I will. We're gonna try out some builds for this bad boy. That is after the weekend when I can reformat my computer. I've been having so many issues, guys. So many. Let's banish this. Let's banish this. Let's banish this. Let's take the sucker grip. I've been having so many computer issues. I don't know. So you guys have probably noticed in some of my videos I have a little bit of audio lag, meaning I will shoot the gun and a second later you'll hear pow. You know, my voice is on time, but my desktop audio has been lagged for a little while, and I'll get like a fix that I think, you know, I'll like troubleshoot it and use AI to kind of help me figure out what's going on, and I'll get like it'll improve for a little while, and then it comes back. So at first I thought it was because I had some old audio drivers, so I fixed that. Then I thought I had some like too many audio drivers. Whoa, that was a little pause there. Then I thought I had like too many audio drivers, some other like components that were showing up that I didn't need. So I went ahead and disabled all of those. Then there was just some other stuff that came up. Well, recently I started also getting oh, and by the way, it gets better after I we need barrels here. Let's go ahead and take splitting magazine. It gets better after I restart. At first I thought it was just because I had too many browser tabs open, but that wasn't it. that wasn't it. And it does seem to get worse when I had that, but which might indicate that it's something to do with memory. But my memory usage doesn't show really high, and I did a memory test and it's not. So anyway, I did quite a bit of troubleshooting, you guys, and I have come to the realization that it might be hardware, but it might also be Windows. Like my computer, I work it very, very hard, and it's been a while since I did it, so it might be time for a reformat, you know. Just a reinstallation of Windows, delete everything on all my hard drives and reinstall everything. I back up and reinstall everything, and then, you know, put the stuff back on my computer and get going, because it's also I'm also having some issues very recently with my my editing software, like stuttering, like the preview window stuttering, which makes it really, really hard to figure out what the heck. Like I first of all, I can't really edit that well. Like even just scrubbing through footage to make cuts places, like when my voice ends or stuff. And you saying, well, Z, you don't do much editing anyway. Well, not for this gameplay. Although sometimes I do, sometimes I have to. But I had a bunch of issues just getting my work done for my Voxy's videos and stuff like that, that I do for the Voxy Tactics team. So I mean, it makes me crazy. It makes me crazy, and it's getting more and more ridiculous. Like, it's getting progressively worse. So I am not going to beat around the bush anymore. I'm just gonna reinstall my PC. And look, I've been saving screenshots of settings that I have in my editing software, backing up footage and assets that I need for work, backing up old thumbnails that I reuse, even the fonts, man, even fonts. It's crazy how nuanced it is, all of the stuff that I have to back up. A lot of people that work computers are just like, oh, everything's in the cloud, it's no biggie, you know, but not me. Not me. I can put stuff in the cloud, but I honestly, some of that stuff is just, you just have to back it up the way you have to back it up. So anyway, that's my weekend project. So instead of playing Star Wars Galaxies with my cousin all weekend and enjoying some time with my nephew and go and eat out at nice places with my wife and stuff, I'm gonna have to do this reformat stuff. Honestly, unless something really goes wrong, it shouldn't be bad. It's just a process, right? I'm just gonna have to go through and do it, which is, it's painful, but it's not the end of the world. Now, worst case scenario is if I get everything done and I'm still having those issues, which I don't think I will. I'm like 90% sure it's software related. Let's gamble and try to find one of those new items. I mean, I could go with the Magna Grip. That's not gonna kill me. I'm gonna need bigger magazine size if I want it to kind of do anything. If I want it to kind of do anything, magazine size will help a lot. All right, so let's see where we're at. I'm guessing, yeah, we can, you know what? We can go down through our favorite resource hangout. That little space down there with all the stuff. Although I need eyeballs more than anything right now. I do get eyeballs from that stuff too, I think. I don't know where you get the most eyeballs. I mean, I seem to be getting them here often, because that's one of the resources that you need for a lot of the upgrades. Like all of the like stat increases that you can get, your genetic upgrades, I guess you call it. Okay, that's done. We're gonna take the Splitter's genome here, I think. Splitter's genome, and I gotta I gotta get some stuff going here. Let's use the space bar and kind of make things happen. Okay, that's fine. We're not gonna harp too much on the little upgrades. Like, we're not going for anything super specific. Let's re-roll. None of these. None of the, hey, here's something new. Twinned barrel. 0.87 rate of fire. Time 2 bullet count. 0.5 magazine size. Well, that doesn't help me with the Magna Grip, does it? Oh well. We're taking it anyway. We're taking it anyway. Oh, and it just doubled it up. Alright, there's some other upgrades in that tree that we're gonna explore as well. So don't you fret, man. Don't you fret. Yeah, I'm fully expecting that the format's gonna go fine, but it is a little nerve-wracking, and it's only due to the fact that I have like projects that that are currently open that I have to make sure the settings are dialed in so that it looks the same as previous videos and stuff. But thankfully, my employers are very very generous with and forgiving, and I don't think I'm gonna have any issues, man. They're very understanding and compassionate, and they know what it's like. Everybody knows what it's like to have computer problems, I think. At this point, let's see. Bullet size, collection range, effect size. Nah, I mean bullet size is okay, but I think bullet count is gonna be a little bit better for what we're trying to build here, or at least the direction that the build is going. We have to go a little bit further down before we get to the good stuff. All right, and let's see. So yeah, how have you guys been, man? How have you guys been? What games have you been playing? I have been playing a ton of a very old school MMORPG called Star Wars Galaxies. If you're familiar with it, I'm playing on the Infinity server, and there's so much late game content, like for the base game. So the original game got shut down. It's like very old, and the official servers shut down. I forgot what year, but you know, the game's like 20 years old or something like that. And it's like EverQuest, you know what I mean, or Ultima Online. It's one of those long running games. Anyway, the community started a community project called SWG EMU, or Star Wars Galaxies Emulator is what it stands for. And they ended up doing, I didn't do any of this. They ended up making like reverse engineering a bunch of the code from the ground up, and ended up doing a pretty much a perfect replica of what they call pre-CU. So the Star Wars Galaxies, in the time of World of Warcraft, we'll take the bifurication. Let's see. Yeah, that's the second upgrade. We got all of this stuff. Okay, 1.1% penetrations. When you fire, your bullets will be connected by energy tethers and damage enemies as much as one of your bullets will. Ooh, your bullets gain slowness. Interesting. So what does that look like? Oh my, that is weird. Okay, all right, cool. So anyway, so I ended up so basically there was 3 different iterations of the game. There was just like most all long-running games, there's, you know, some DLC, not DLCs, but like big content updates and stuff like that. There was DLCs too, I believe. But what ended up happening essentially was there was this big like World of Warcraft had come out at some point, okay? So there was a mass flooding to that game, right? And a lot of people, they lost a lot of their player base. So they ended up trying to make adjustments, and one of them was called a combat upgrade, which made the game a little bit more like a first-person shooter. And it changed some of the way that things work. Let's see what we're gonna do here. Base reload, base bullet damage and magazine size, and bullet speed. I don't want bullet speed. Let's get reload. Yeah, that does feel a little bit better. So that was called a combat upgrade. So the game was now segmented into people that liked pre-combat upgrade and combat upgrade. Then they even developed it further towards the whole World of Warcraft line, and they did New Game Enhanced, or NGE. And it's basically oh, this new music, I think. Like new sound effect. So they ended up making oh, what you call it? They ended up making it very much like World of Warcraft. You know, like skills on a timer, and You know, it just felt, it even looked a lot like the interface from WoW. Do we want neither of these really? Penetrations and I think bullet count would be good. Let's do that. Let's do that. So they ended up doing that. So now they had, and they also introduced space travel too. Okay, endless chain. What is this? Bullets fired will be connected to the previous bullet fired by energy tethers. Energy tethers pass over XP and resources, will inch them closer to you. What? Or we could get collection range and bullet spread. I think I like that more for this. Bullet count and project penetration. 15 bullet spread. They will twirl around each other. A damage energy. I like the idea of that. Let's gamble and try to get that. No such luck, man. No such luck. All right, well, we'll take an eyeball charm, I suppose. Okay, I used quite a bit of gambles there, but I'm gonna have some more. Don't worry, don't worry. So yeah, so the emulator, SWG emulator, was pre-combat upgrade, meaning it was the original, the way Star Wars Galaxies was originally released. And then later on, there was a ton of different. So there's variations of emulated servers that people host that are either pre-combat upgrade, combat upgrade, or NGE. And my favorite, even though I did enjoy NGE, and there is a lot more content in it, it changes the base game so much that it is different. Okay, so I think I have more of a preference for pre-combat upgrade. In fact, I know I have more of a preference for pre-combat upgrade, and it was the way that we played it on live when it was released, because I played the game on live. Anyway, my cousin and I have both been playing it, and you know, the one thing about the pre-combat upgrade game is there wasn't a whole lot of content. Like the content was kind of like RuneScape. It was all about skilling, old school RuneScape. It was all about, you know, developing your characters and getting skills, and there were limitations, so you try out different builds and test it against very, very high level things. But like the loot system wasn't what you'd be used to in a lot of MMORPGs. Everything was player economy based and crafting, so some things kind of just fell apart. I don't know if we want that. I think we'll just take the blue upgrade for the charm. Everything kind of just fell apart with that, you know, after a little while, because the community wasn't big enough to really sustain its own economy. Like, you just don't go to vendors and like buy stuff. People find this stuff and craft this stuff and put it onto their own personal vendors, and you go around the world buying it. You know, you travel to people's houses and stuff like that, and there's many planets, so there's a lot of traveling involved and stuff. I mean, I know I'm harping on and on and on about this, but it was essentially the only game of its kind ever. I've never seen anything like it. The crafting system is so dynamic. The only thing that the game ever really lacked, in my opinion, in its pre-combat upgrade phase was in-game content. And this Infinity server, they've custom written a lot of in-game content for it. Another thing, my favorite class from pre-combat upgrade was called the creature handler. Yes, it's a creature tamer, so you could tame creatures and stuff. And I enjoyed that so much, but they were grossly underpowered compared to any other class, any other combat class. They just were. So it was really, really disheartening. And guess what? They rebalanced a lot of stuff on this server, and Creature Handler is one of them. They are amazingly strong, and I've been having so much fun experiencing some of the content on it, man. It's just such a good time. And you know, the stuff that I do isn't really video worthy, although I might make a video just to bring some attention to it, because I think a lot of people out there would love the chance to play again. But they just don't Is that the upgrade that we wanted to, by the way? Options. No. Inspect. Electromagnetic grip. No. That's a grip for this. That's fine. I'm trying to get that barrel upgrade so that we can see the next tier. And I thought I just while I was BSing, I was like, did I take the right thing? No, I don't think I did. Anyway, so yeah, I've been having so much fun with that. I might make a video on my other channel for it. Like my other channel doesn't do much, and I've done Star Wars Galaxies videos before there, and it was very well received. So I think the people that want to see it will, I think they'll like it. And so if you are into that type of stuff. you can check out my other channel. Hopefully I'll have a video of it. It'll be after this computer reformatting, because it's a nightmare that I have to deal with first. But it's cool, man. And the game has such a steep learning curve. It's kind of like old school RuneScape. Like, most people don't just pick it up and absolutely fall in love with it right away. Most people are like confused mostly. You got to watch a ton of videos or read a ton of guides, and there's so much information because it's so old and there's so many different iterations of the game. There's like, you don't know what's accurate. You don't know what's server specific. You don't know if something is completely true. So it's like a very, very new experience even for me. Like, sometimes I have to go and okay, are we taking Carl's leaves here? No. Effect size. I wonder if that has to do with that. You know what? I'm gonna take it just in case. If it has to do with that that electro effect that we have with the I almost called it a bi-curious barrel. It's not. It doesn't have anything to do with that, Z. What the heck, man? My brain sometimes. Okay. Bruh, can you, I'm gonna take the Fragmenter magazine here. Can you please show me the actual, I wish the Fragmenter magazine had the things connected to it too, but maybe, just maybe, it will if we get the right upgrades. I don't know. But yeah, it's I have to look up stuff constantly, and my cousin and I have been messaging back and forth about it the last few days, and oh man, it's so good, but it is taking a lot of my time. I had my right shoulder was sore the other day, y'all. And you know, I work out, so I'm pretty familiar with what my body's trying to tell me sometimes. And this particular soreness was not normal. Like, it felt different, and I couldn't pinpoint why. I was like, I don't know what I did to my dang shoulder, sweetheart, but it hurts. And she was like, you're probably playing too much damn Star Wars. And I thought about it. I was like, you know what? She got a point, bro. She's right. Because normally, look, I'll tell y'all my routine, kind of. What I normally do is I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning and I start my day. Fix me some coffee, sit at my computer desk once my wife leaves, and start doing some research for some videos, you know. Check out some new game demos, check my emails, record, make a video, put it on, you know, either throw it in the editor or put it in the and start it rendering, or put it on YouTube and start uploading, right? Then I gotta do some metadata research and make some timestamps for it and make a thumbnail. So it's a little bit of a process, right? And I usually do that, and when I finish my first one like that, or somewhere between that process, if I'm waiting on something to edit or something like that, sometimes I'll take my break and I'll eat a little bit of breakfast or a little bit of lunch, depending on what time it is, or, you know, I'll go play with my cats, or maybe walk on the treadmill. I kind of play it by ear, but all of these things happen normally. This game has disrupted everything that I do. It's disrupted everything. I'll wake up thinking about, okay, what do I need to start my Jedi character? You know, and or what kind of creature? I wonder what's on the bazaar this morning for me to shop for. You know, I need a new pike for my grinding character. Like, all sorts of stuff that I just think about. So I'll go explore that, you know, or I'll say, like, you know what? I'm gonna just get some buffs, you know, some buffs to my stats that they're a limited amount of time you can get them from other players, or even there's a system console where you can get some weak ones, and then you just go do your thing. You know, you go do your thing, and I'm like, I'm gonna go earn some credits. I'm gonna go run some missions. And well, that's 2 hours. Like, I'll look at the clock and I'll be like, oh man, and it's like 5:30 or 6 o'clock, and I'm like, I gotta start working. I gotta start working, man. So yeah, it's been killing me, bro. All right, Bladestorm Mag. That's gonna change all sorts of stuff. Maybe we do. Maybe we do. Yeah, let's take it. Yeah, now I'm gonna have blades. If I ever get this barrel upgrade, man, maybe the blades will be connected with the weird energy thing too, but I don't know. We're gonna see. But at any rate, it's been a good time. It has been kind of ruining my productivity, but I will say that most of the time I don't spend this much time at my desk. So Star Wars Galaxies has kind of consumed my life, and it's probably only temporary, right? Now, don't get me wrong, I'm probably going to continue to enjoy it for a little while, but I'm in the honeymooning phase with it right now. I just unwrapped a very nostalgic gift under the Christmas tree, and it's time to play with my new toy for a little while and just reminisce on all the old good memories that I had. It's also really nice to spend some time gaming with my cousin Ronnie, because he and I, we both are the same in terms of our hobbies. Like, we both love gaming, and even though we have, I'm gonna take the Geomass Enlarger here. We both have friends. I don't have many friends IRL. Most of my friends are online or whatever. I'm gonna go ahead and speed up the process here. There we go. Gang's dead now. I don't have many friends IRL that like I go hang out with or whatever. You know, maybe I don't want to reduce my magazine size. I think I'm just gonna take the credit drop chance. Yeah. And he and I are both just into gaming. We always have, and we both played Star Wars Galaxies live. Finally, Whirly Chain Barrel. Let's take it. And let's see what happens. Oh. Okay, so it doesn't do anything with the blades, but it is a very, very cool effect. You know what it kind of reminds me of? Lightsabers. It's a saber throw. Yes, I play too much Star Wars. I know. Anyway, I've been having so much fun with the game and stuff. So if you guys play it all, like, I mean, hit me up on my Discord. It's discord.gg/Zuljan, I believe. I don't really take DMs from people that aren't friend requested to me, just because I get so much like spam and random stuff. Maybe you can request to DM me if you're part of my server. But anyway, you can go to my server. And if you don't know what Star Wars Galaxies is, and my video's up, and you're just not really familiar with it and you want to see, my video's not up, you can just search Zuljan Star Wars Galaxies or Zuljan SWG and you'll find it. You'll find a lot of my stuff and watch me play. So yeah, it's a very nostalgic experience for me, and I'm having a good time, man. I'm having a good time with it. Okay, let's get back into the build, shall we? Geomass Enlarger. My saber throws get a little bit bigger. I like it. I like it. This new update doesn't bring any new bosses or anything that I know of, but I'm gonna experiment with some builds here and really try to get some powerful stuff, because we still haven't beaten El Fuego, and it's still something I want to do. But as you can see, this build is probably not the most powerful thing that I've ever made. I just didn't know what to do or how this worked, but now that I know, we need something that spreads quite a bit. And I'm thinking that if we got the bullet hell barrel, or the one that goes around you, that like swings around you, that would be interesting. That would be very, very interesting. Let's take the ammo. Well, I guess we can just go for credits right now. Ammo charging rack. No, we don't want that. Oh, base magazine size goes up. Maybe transdimensional would be good. Let's go ahead and take the supercharging rack, then we'll go the top route and see what we can do with that. Maybe it'll be better. Okay, let's see. Oh, I left the level up back there. Should I go and get that? It's only 31 away. You know what? Matter of fact, I'll fast forward here. I'll sprint, man. I'll sprint. Yeah, because it's not like we have a specific destination, you know? Not like we have a specific destination. And it's only one of these upgrades. It's not a big one. That's another reason that I didn't really care, but we'll take some bullet speed and some move speed. My bullet speed is plenty slow, even with a bullet speed, but I was mostly wanting the move speed, to tell you the truth. Mostly. I did do some research on the El Fuego thing, by the way. A lot of people, a couple builds that I saw use cryo in order to slow him down. I didn't think that would work on bosses that well, but I guess it does. So that's one of the things that I saw. And somebody had suggested in the comments to make a crit build, but I did make a crit build. I think I can make a much better one now, to be honest, so maybe we'll do a crit build as well. You could get those red crits and exceed 100%, and now with especially how affordable the crit upgrades are, I could probably just max out my crit on my genetic upgrades and do something really crazy with crit. Will it be very effective? I have no idea. I have no idea. I can't imagine us doing that much more damage than the Nosferatu bullets and stuff, because that was a really damaging build. But you never know, man. You never know. All right. You know what would have been nice? To go to the left here and get some of those towers. Let's do that. Let's do that. I hit my fast forward. Instead, I wanted to get this, but I thought it was going to bring me back, and it didn't. I was just trying to gain some ground, man. Just trying to gain some ground here. Yeah, the Magnet Grip really isn't doing much since we are constantly shooting. Well, what I can do here is turn off, well, after charger. What I can do is turn off auto fire and see if we can get our collection radius up quite a bit. Yeah, not very powerful, huh? Not very powerful, unfortunately. I mean, it's not terrible, so I suppose it's okay. Penetrations, bullet count, move speed, bullet count, rate of fire. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, and let's go to options and turn off auto fire and auto aim. And auto fire underbarrel is fine here. And resume. And we'll try yeah, we'll just keep it at 1 for a little while and let our other guy kill some stuff before we reload. And our collection range is pretty large. It's getting there. Okay. Yeah, base magazine size. Let's do that. Okay, now we can actually shoot a little bit more. Yeah, that's a pretty big collection size. Pretty big collection size. I'd love to get a tower right now though, and that way all of my XP comes to me that I've already gotten, because that should be quite a few upgrades. Resource drop rate we'll take, that's fine. Yeah, hopefully the audio isn't lagged on this too, guys. I mean, I know Nimrods is probably less, you gotta worry about that stuff less, but you know, because it's mostly just me talking and stuff. But The bullets are flying all the time, and it can be a little bit off-putting. I did a Safiria video yesterday, and it was absolutely wonderful. They did some updates on the game, and it was just amazing. But the audio, my voice audio, my desktop audio was lagged. So I ended up having to do an edit and push the desktop audio lag back to like 1.5 seconds, which threw my vocal audio off. And it's kind of weird because like I would say ouch and then you would hear me get hit. It's so weird, dude. It was so weird, but yeah. I am gonna take the Silver Eye Charm here. Now we got some XP, boy. Now we got some XP. This is a weird, that's a very, very weird effect here. Transdimensional, let's do it. Let's do it and see how this looks. All right, now we can start firing again. Honestly, not a big change in the effect. I will say though, it looks very, very cool, this corkscrew effect that it has. It doesn't look as much like a saber throw anymore. It kind of looks like I'm shooting liquid bubble wrap or something. I don't know, bruh. I don't know. It kind of looks like liquid bubble wrap to me. Not that I've ever seen liquid bubble wrap. It's like pixelated fluorescent light bulbs I'm shooting. Twirling pixelated fluorescent light bulbs. Oh, man. All right. Reload speed. Yeah, let's do... No, not special power. Actually, let's go bullet count, actually. Reload speed's okay. Reload speed's alright. And where we're at, yeah, we could go up to the left a little bit more. Actually, we're just gonna put our auto fire and auto aim back on. And we good now. We good. I know I think there's a toggle that you can just press a button to do it, but I might be getting confused about another game too. Oh man. Nephew's been sick for a couple of weeks, so this will be the 3rd weekend in a row. It'll be 3 weeks since we've seen him, and he's coming over finally. He still has a little cough, but he's no longer sick. We just wanted to make sure it wasn't, you know, something contagious and stuff. Wheel launcher, let's do it, dude. Projectile penetration count 0.111. Yeah, we finally got it. Okay, bullets are fired in a large wheel shape with energy tethers acting as spokes. Once every bullet is given blast strikes an enemy, all resources in the wheel will be collected. That's interesting. Let's see what it looks like. Oh my. Alright, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool, dude. I will say, it's a nice effect. It's a very, very nice effect. I don't know how strong it is, but it's pretty nice. I could see that we can get some really, really wacky builds going with it, though. I mean, it's the first run with this. I mean, what do you expect? You know? It's not gonna be the most amazing build that you've ever seen. Like, I guess it could be if I were to sit down and mathed it, but I just wanted to play it, you know? Honestly, just wanted to play it. Should be good. And we'll get the gold charm to finish it out. Golden Eye charm. And there's our boy, Malfour. Let's see how fast we can kill him, huh? I'm gonna hit activate my genetic ability. If you would shoot him, I would appreciate it, but not amazing. Not amazing, but I will say the game feels like it's slowing down. Ugh. Very, very, very nice. Nice and easy, man. All right, I want to see like what the gun like was graded in terms of like power level. People like to see that. 6630. No, and don't let that number fool you. Like, this is the B gun, which is arguably one of the strongest drone weapons that I have, and it's only 300 points higher than that. This is like one of the Nosferatu guns, so yeah, I mean, it gets there. It definitely gets there. And let's see, can we afford some more of these things? A little bit more. Yeah, we need a lot of eyeballs, man. We need a lot of eyeballs. Reduces bullet spread. Is that something that we care about? I don't think so. Effect size could be cool though. Effect size could be cool. And yeah, we're gonna play around with some different builds. Guys, I hope y'all enjoyed this very much. Make sure to give me some dap on that like button and subscribe to the channel to see more videos, normally daily. And if I do skip an upload or two because of this weekend and I run into some complications, I apologize. It's not because I'm playing too much Star Wars and neglecting y'all. Trust me. Hope you guys have a good one. Thanks so much for watching. As always, this is Odin signing off. We'll see you next time.